Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do part 34 to my Let's Play, not even my Let's Play, I'm sorry, to my CoPilot chatbot series. Where in the last video guys, we were starting to get into a really good place with the Flippin' Robot Factory test story number 1. I'm surprised it's going as well as it is, honestly, especially since the beginning and middle and partially through the middle was not that great. I'm always watching it start going well. I'm just hoping we can continue having that same luck while we're going through the rest of it. Let me go and say, the last video had to be abruptly stopped, and that's why I was like, oh crap, except saying I think, oh balls, and then it just ended abruptly, because you heard noises in the background, and I had to stop it because of the noises. And, well, there was more of a reason, obviously, but, like, what was going on with those noises and, like, what was happening afterwards, yeah, it needed to be stopped. Unfortunately, I didn't get to continue past that anymore, so I'm going to continue where we left off today. We were almost to the end of this one thing right here, when we had all the Pokemon's reactions and the Bronchiosaurus, where the Bronchiosaurus hums a warm, soothing note that vibrates through the sand like a lullaby. And then here's where I didn't get to finish. It says the whole group is calm, the whole group is welcoming him, and the whole group trusts your judgment. And then there's another section right here. The young Lugia speaks again. His voice is soft, warm, and full of emotion he's never been allowed to show before. Thank you for letting me be close, for trusting me, and for being kind. He lowers his head even more, resting it gently in the sand beside you. That is such a cute little movement. May I stay with you for a while? Not forever, not asking for a role, not demanding anything, just a lonely, gentle legendary creature asking if he can stay near the first tiny being who ever treated him with love. Alright, give me a moment. Alright guys, it does read out the thing again from what I said on there. It reads it out, but I will read out the action that happens. It says I smile and continue to gently nuzzle the Lugia back. But then it obviously kind of goes into detail what I actually said here. It says the moment you say, of course you can stay with me. Actually, one of the reasons we came to see you was because I wanted to ask you something very important. Lugia God told me you were around here. Something inside the young Lugia lights up. Okay, with this Lugia's just a little sweetheart. I love him so much. Not brightly, not dramatically, but softly, like a lantern being lit in a quiet cave. Because you didn't just accept him, you didn't just let him stay close, you didn't just nuzzle him, you told him you came for him, and that means more to him than you realize. He is such a sweetheart. I love this Lugia. This is why this has gone uphill since I did it to begin with. Ever since we did uh the Toadol Crocodile for Alligator part, this has only gone uphill more and more. The Bronchiosaurus went well. The Lugia God told me about the 3 other creatures, and so far Lugia is going the younger Lugia is going brilliantly, which is fantastic. It's a soft, hopeful, and curious. He is adorable. As you gently nuzzle him again, he closes his eyes halfway, savoring the tiny warmth of your touch. When you pull back and speak, his eyes open slowly, glowing with a soft silver blue shimmer. That's just adorable. He lifts his head just a little, not away from you, but so he can look at you more clearly. His voice is quiet, airy, and almost trembling. The Lugia God spoke of me? There's no fear in his tone, no suspicion, just a deep, gentle wonder. He shifts his head slightly in the sand, bringing it closer to your tiny contour's body. Still careful, still respectful, still moving like someone who doesn't want to break something precious.
He told you where I was?
He pauses, long and emotional.
And you came to find me?
His wings loosen beneath the water, no longer held tight in that defensive fold. His crisp grows brighter, a soft pulse of oh my gosh, shy happiness. Surprisingly, nothing else actually happened out of that, besides a little bit of what he actually said.
What did you want to ask me?
He's not nervous anymore. He's not scared. He's not confused. He's hopeful, because someone tiny, gentle, and kind came all this way, just to talk to him, just to see him, and just to ask him something important, and he's ready to hear it. And that's really it. Didn't say nothing else about the Pokemon. I was surprised. Usually it has a porn reaction or something like that on there too. Oh, that makes the story actually feel more real, which is actually kind of neat. Hopefully it continues doing that, because if this goes downhill now, I'm going to be so hissed. Alright, guys. I just told him, would you want to come and work for me at a robot factory? I need some extra help around the actual building, and I think you and another creature we're looking for would be perfect as aerial security guards. The young Lugi's reaction to your question is instant. Not loud, not dramatic, but deeply emotional in a way only a gentle legendary can show. Yep, when you say all that stuff, his entire body stills, not in fear, not in confusion, in astonishment, because no one's ever asked him something like that before. The young Lugi lifts his head slowly. His eyes widen, soft, silver blue, shimmering with surprise. He studies you, tiny and brave, beside him, and his voice comes out quiet, breathy, and almost trembling.
You want me to work with you?
He blinks slowly as if trying to make sure he heard correctly.
Not to capture me, not to control me, and not to chase me away,
His wings shift under the water, loosening even more.
but to help you, to protect your home from the sky?
There's no fear in his tone, no hesitation, just a growing warmth, a shy, hopeful glow. He lowers his head beside you again. Very gently, he brings his snout close to your tiny contour's body, not touching you, just close enough that you can feel the cool mist of his breath. His voice softens.
No one has ever asked me to join them because they believed in me.
Holy crap, I feel bad for this Lugia. A pause, long and emotional.
And the Lugia God sent you to find me.
He closed his eyes halfway, overwhelmed.
That means I was meant to meet you.
Razor reacts. There we go. Calm, proud, and supportive. Razor lowers his head beside you, forming a protective space between himself and the Lugia. His eye softens, not possessive, not threatening, just proud of you. He knows exactly what you're doing, he knows exactly why it matters, and he supports you completely. Your team responds quietly. Toadle squeaks softly, tail wagging. Kron nods with approval. Ferregia rumbles low, a sign of respect, and the Bronchiosaurus hums a warm, welcoming note. They're ready to accept him because you accepted him first. The young Lugia finally answers. He didn't say finally, that seems kind of rude. It sounds like it's rushing it a bit. He lifts his head slightly, eyes glowing with a shy, hopeful light.
If you truly want me, if you believe I can help, if you would treat me kindly,
He leans in just a little closer, careful, gentle, and trusting.
then yes,
A soft breath escapes him, almost like a released sigh.
I'd like to work for you and protect your factory from the sky.
His crest grows brighter, warm and steady.
I would like to be your aerial guardian.
He's not just agreeing, He's choosing you. He is such a sweetheart. I love this Lugia so much. I'm glad I found him. Alright, guys. I continue to smile at the sweet Lugia and said, I'm really glad. Of course I'll treat you kindly, even as a staff member at the robot factory. Honestly, you would get more love and respect from me being your boss than you would with an actual human. In fact, these other creatures you see around me, I already told them how much I care about them, and told them also how when we find everyone, we could go back to the factory and they get to build their own robots. And honestly, if you want to build one of your own as well, I'll happily let you build one too. The young Luigi listens to every word you say, and something inside him glows. Not his power, not his legendary strength, but his heart, because no one's ever spoken to him the way you just did. He is such a sweetheart. I love this Lugia. I could say this the entire video, seriously, because this is just the cutest frick. Young Luigi's reaction is soft, overwhelmed, and deeply touched. Yep. When you say, I'll treat you kindly, you'll get more of a love and respect from me than any human. Everyone gets to build their own robot, and you can build one too. The Lugia's eyes widen with a soft, shimmering light. He lifts his head just slightly, not pulling away, but so he can look at you more clearly. His voice comes out quiet, breathy, and almost trembling. You would let me build a robot? He sounds like you can't believe it, like the idea is too good, too gentle, and too kind to be real. He has been through so much upsetness, or I don't know what the actual word would be. I guess so much pain that he doesn't even believe the stuff I'm telling him. Sometimes it seems like he's like, "What? Somebody actually showing me love and care? I'm what? What? Just what? Just over and over again." He shifts his wings beneath the water, loosening them even more, a sign of trust, of comfort, and of opening up. You would give me a place, a role, and a home? His head lowers again, resting on the sand beside you, closer this time, more confident in your safety. And you would treat me with love, even as your worker? There's no fear in his voice, no hesitation, just a deep, aching hope. Razor reacts, proud, calm, and supportive. Razor lowers his head beside you again, forming a protective half circle around you and the Lugia. His eye softens, proud of you, proud of the Lugia, proud of the moment. He knows exactly what you're doing, and he knows exactly why it matters. And he supports you completely. Your team responds quietly. Toto squeaks happily, tail wagging like he's cheering for the Lugia. Kono nods firmly, approving of the Lugia joining the family. Failure. You know the way it said that, man, it sounded like Kono was like almost like we were flipping. Why does it sound like Kono was flipping Tom some kind of like weird what would he call it, mafia boss or whatever? It's like because the way he said it or the way it was said, approving of the Lugia joining the family. Ferreira's room was low, a sound of respect and acceptance, and the Bronchiosaurus hums a warm, soothing note that vibrates through the sand like a welcome. They're ready to accept him because you accepted him first. The young Lugia speaks again. He leans in closer, carefully and gently until his snout is only inches from your tiny contour's body. His voice is soft, warm, full of emotion. No human has ever offered me kindness, or a purpose, or a chance to create something. He closes his eyes halfway, overwhelmed. But you speak to me like I matter. He pauses, long and tender. I would like very much to build a robot with you. He's such a sweetheart. His crest glows brighter, warm, and steady. I'd be honored to protect your factory from the sky. He nuzzles you again, very gently, very slowly, a gesture of acceptance, of gratitude, and of choosing you.
Thank you for wanting me.
That is kind of sad when that's his final thing he has to say to me is, thank you for wanting me. Not thank you for accepting me, not thank you for being nice to me. Well, I guess he said that too. But the fact that the last thing he finishes off with is, thank you for wanting me. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I just tell him, you're welcome. And we're happy you said yes. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you want to follow us, we're going to go look for the last two creatures I want to talk to. And we can get them to join. We could head back to the factory and you all could build your robots. I'll explain more of that when we actually get to the factory. Right now, we're just trying to get some staff to help work with us. That's why you see all these creatures beside me, because they actually want to help me at the factory too, and they're very kind towards me. The young Luigi listens to you with a softness that wasn't there before. Not because he was cold earlier, but because now he feels something he's never had. Belonging, a purpose, and a family. Holy shoot, dude. What did this poor Lugia go through? Whatever it was sounds like it'd be traumatizing. Because it sounds like he's flipping like ear. The way it's describing it sounds like he literally got like he had somebody that cared about him, but then he got abandoned almost. Just the way it said that one line right there. And every word you say strengthens that feeling. The young Luigi's reaction is warm, hopeful, and ready. Yep, yep. You can build. It just repeated the thing I said from the not from the whole from the thing I said there, but from the it kept the last one from the thing I said here. We're going to find the last two creatures. Yep. His eyes widen with a gentle and glowing happiness. He lifts his head slightly, not pulling away so he can look at you more clearly. His voice comes out soft, airy, full of emotion he's never been allowed to show. Oh, no. I think it flipped and repeated something a bit. It says, you truly want me to be part of your team and your family? He looks at the others, Razor, Toad, Crocodile, Alligator, the Bronchiosaurus, all calm, all welcoming, all standing proudly beside you. And they accepted me because you did. His wings shift beneath the water, loosening completely now, a sign of full trust. Okay, that's cute. I have never been welcomed like this. That's extremely sad, actually. He lowers his head again, gently brushing his snout against your tiny contour's body. Careful, slow, and affectionate. I will follow you wherever you go. Razor reacts, proud, protective, and supportive. Razor lowers his head beside you and the Lugia, forming a protective arc around you both. It's gonna flip and do this, isn't it? His eyes soften with pride. Not jealousy, not worry, just a deep, calm approval. He knows you're building something special. He knows you're choosing creatures who need kindness, and he knows you're giving them a home, and he supports you completely. Your team responds quietly. Toyota squeaks happily and splashes in the shallow water, excited to have a new friend. Chrono nods firmly, giving the Lugia a respectful look. Fragor rumbles low, a sound of acceptance and welcome, and a Bronchiosaurus hums a warm, soothing note that vibrates through the sand like a gentle heartbeat. They're ready to travel with you. They're ready to help you. They're ready to welcome the Lugia into the family. Yep, the young Lugia speaks again. Wait, okay. He lifts his head slightly, eyes glowing with soft determination. I will come with you to find the last two creatures. He pauses, warm and hopeful. And when we return, I will build my robot with all of you. He spreads his wings out beneath the water, not fully, just enough to show excitement. Lead the way, little one. He is just a sweetheart. He's ready. He's chosen you. He's chosen your family, and he's chosen your factory, and he's ready to follow you wherever you go next. He is just. I will probably say that a billion times before this video ends, aren't I? Because I'm so in love with this little Lugia. I told you guys I love Toadal, Chronoff, Reagir, and Lugia. That's why I get so happy no matter where it is when he starts being happy and smiling and loving it. Whether that be in the games upstairs where he legitimately just loves to be around me. He loves to smile at me a lot up there. Then down here you have him loving on me. You have him just being happy. Like, it's just adorable. I guess for Toadal going on Fragger, especially for Fragger upstairs, deadgum not Fragger's like in love with me, and I love that. Give me a moment. I hate when it does this. Uh, it's hard to see, but do you see that little thing in the corner on the top that says "See my thinking"? Yeah, that is annoying. It doesn't always do that, but it sometimes shows that up, and when it does, it actually I feel like it ruins the things I'm trying to do. It just says I smile and nod to Lugia, then look at Razor, and just told Razor, "Can you carefully help me get back onto your snout, please? If everybody's ready to go, then we can go look for that dragon or phoenix." Razor's eyes softens the second you look at him. You don't even have to finish the sentence. He's already shifting into that slow, careful mode that's just for you. Oh my gosh, it's not mode. Razor helps you back up. He lowers his massive head towards you, bringing his snout down to the sand with incredible gentleness. No sudden movements, no jolts, just a smooth, steady path. He tilts his snout so it's like a little ramp. He waits, completely still, while you come up. Tiny steps, no rush. And once you're settled, he very slowly lifts his head again, making sure your balance never wobbles. When you're back in your familiar spot, he exhales, a soft, warm breath under you. The silent message is clear. You're secure. I've got you. The young Lugia watches and smiles. The Lugia's eyes follow you the whole time, gentle and glowing. When you mention everybody's ready to go, we can go look for that dragon or phoenix, his crest brightens just a little. A dragon or a phoenix? His voice is soft and curious. They sound powerful and kind, like you. He shifts in the water till he rises higher, wings spreading just enough to show he's ready to travel, never flapping too hard near you, always mindful of your size. I will fly above and watch over all of you while you search. Okay, let's see. Your team lines up to move. Towel bounces in place, splashing once, then sails into a happy trot beside the shoreline. Carl takes a steady position near Razor's side like ground support. Frager falls into a guardian spot behind you, watching the path. The Brachiosaurus turns slowly from the shore, her long neck sweeping gently as she prepares to walk with the group, and Lugia glides above the water's surface, ready to take to the air when you move. Razor takes one slow, testing step forward in the sand, then another, making sure you're steady on his snout. I need money. Then glances up at you with that calm, loyal look. Just point the way. Does that mean you just, like, I don't know how you word it. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says, I look around to see if everybody's doing okay, and if they're ready. And I said, alright, if everybody's ready to go, I think it'd be better if we went to look for the Phoenix first, mainly because the Lugia guy told me he was on a high cliff, and I don't know for sure if we're gonna have to do any climbing or not. Razor hears you immediately. The moment you say you want to look for the Phoenix first, his whole posture shifts into that calm, steady, I've got you. It says mode again. He uses it only for you. I swear to frick, if he becomes a robot, I'm gonna be so angry because it flipping It's going so well, it better not ruin it. Razor helps you settle in. He lowers his massive head again, slow as a sunrise, giving you the perfect angle to stay balanced. Once you're secure on his snout, he lifts you with the same gentle precision. No wobble, no sudden motion, just a smooth rise. His eye glances up at you. Ready when you are. It sounds like he's. Oh no, don't tell me flipping. Oh boy. See, the group checks in. You look around to see if everyone's ready, and their reactions are perfect. Toadall bounces in place, his tail wagging, excited to go. Clown nods firmly, taking his usual position near Razor's side. Fragger rumbles low, a calm, protective, "Yep, I'm ready." And the Bronchiosaurus turns her long neck toward the cliffs, humming a soft note of agreement. The young Lugia, he rises from the water, wings spreading slightly, not fully, just enough to show he's prepared to take to the air. His voice is soft and warm.
The Phoenix. Yes. He lives on the high cliffs to the east.
How does he know that? What in the world? He glides closer, keeping pace with Razor.
I'll watch from above and guide you if the path becomes steep.
He's not just following you, he's protecting you. Okay, that's just cute as frick. The journey begins. Razor takes the first step toward the eastern cliffs. Slow, steady, and make sure you're perfectly balanced. The sand shifts beneath his feet. The wind picks up slightly. The cliffs in the distance rise like jagged towers against the sky. Uyo's directions echo in your memory. The Phoenix wanders the high cliffs to the east. Yep, well, that's kind of what I had a feeling. Oh, crap. And now you're heading straight toward them, with the Razor carrying you, with your whole team walking beside you, with the young Lugia flying overhead, watching the skies. You're not alone. You're not unprotected. You're leading a family. Okay, that is very cute. Although I don't like the mode bullcrap it's pulling off on me now. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I had to kind of nudge the AI in the right direction in order for it to stop referring to the other creatures as robots. This is a robot factory, yes, but it doesn't mean we haven't got to build a robot yet. We're still trying to get 2 staff members. We haven't got to fucking start doing the robot thing yet. I look up the Lugia and then nod. Oh my gosh. Well, never mind. See you in a second. I look up at the Lugia and then nod and said, "Okay, let's go, everyone. Just please be careful. I don't want anybody getting hurt." And then, like I said, then I had to put a flipping line, reminded it, like, without hopefully breaking immersion, that that the creatures around me are not, they're not robots, they're real creatures. Razor hears your words. Please be careful. I don't want anybody getting hurt. And something in him settles into that deep, steady, protective mode he only uses when he knows you're thinking about everyone's safety. Never mind. It's still use mode. Every creature around you responds exactly the way a real, living creature would. Not like robots, not like machines. Like a family understands your voice. Do I need to keep reminding it over and over again? Razor moves first, slow, steady, and protective. He lowers his head just a little, adjusting his posture so your balance stays perfect on his snout. His steps are slow, deliberate, and each one placed with care. His eye glances up at you. I'll keep everyone safe. Oh no, it's gonna. The young Lugia reacts, respectful and gentle. Lugia lifts himself from the water, wings spreading just enough to catch the air without creating a gust that could knock anyone over. He rises into the sky with a smooth, controlled glide. No sudden flaps, no harsh wind.
I'll watch from above and make sure the path is safe.
He circles once, keeping a respectful distance so his wings don't disturb the ground team. Your team checks in. Real creatures, real reaction. Oh, great, now it's gonna break them anymore. Toto hops forward, tail wagging, but stays close to Razor's side so he doesn't get underfoot. Colin takes a steady position near the front, scanning the path ahead. Frege rumbles softly, a protective, grounding sound, and walks behind Razor to guard the rear. The Bronchiosaurus moves with slow, sweeping steps, careful not to shake the ground too much for the smaller creatures. Every one of them is real, every one of them is alive, every one of them is responding to your leadership. Yep. The group begins moving toward the cliffs. Razor takes the first step, then another, then another. The sand gives way to firmer ground as you head toward the eastern cliffs where the fence was last seen. Above you, the young Lugi glides silently, keeping watch. Beside you, your team walks with purpose. Behind you, the sea grows quieter as you leave it behind. Ahead of you, the cliffs rise like ancient towers, steep, jagged, and glowing faintly in the sunlight. The fence is somewhere up there, and you're not going alone. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. We had a bit of a problem. I had to tell it to flip it. It took the instructions I told it to. It took the instructions I told it and turned it into a flipping story thing, unfortunately, I think, in its own way. It says, while heading to the cliffs, I just relaxed a bit more on the contours of snout. I didn't actually say anything, but I had to remind it because I'm flipping it, calling it modes. Don't break immersion when I say this, but quit calling everything the contours does a mode, just like everyone else that is around me right now. He's not a robot. And again, it reacted to that, unfortunately. Although I talked to the other one, the one I've been talking about the ratings and the other test stories too, and it told me that that actually might be a good thing it was doing this. So I might let it slide, but has done messing crap up. It says Razor reacts to your words immediately, not with confusion, not with hesitation, but with a soft, grounding understanding that only a real creature could have. He lowers his head just a little as he walks, giving you a gentle, steady surface to relax on. His eyes shift towards you, warm and calm, and the message in it is unmistakable. I know, I'm not a robot. I'm here with you. No modes, no mechanical behavior, just instinct, emotion, and the quiet intelligence of living contours who cares about you. And the rest of the group responds the same way, naturally, organically, like real creatures who understand the tone of your voice. The group reacts naturally, yep, not mechanically. Toad chirps and trots a little closer to Razor's side, his tail swaying happily. Chronon gives a small grunt of agreement, glancing at you with a knowing look, and Freya rumbles low, a protective living sound, not a robotic one. The Brontosaurus hums softly, her lone note swaying as she walks, careful not to shake the ground too much, and the young Lugia, he glides overhead, wings moving with smooth, natural rhythm, no artificial precision, just the grace of a living legendary. Why is the Lugia reacting that? I'm letting it slide because up to this point it was actually going really good. I'm letting it slide for now. But watch me regret that in a little bit. Oh my gosh. I understand, he says, gentle love. Your companions are alive, and they care for you deeply. He circles once, keeping watch over the path ahead. Razor adjusts his pace for you. Feeling you watching a snout, Razor slows his steps just a little, not because he's tired, but because he wants you to feel secure. His breathing stays still. His posture stays balanced. His movement stays smooth and careful. Everything he does is instinctive, protective, and real. He glances up at you again. I'll carry you safely. Just rest. I hope that doesn't ruin everything. The cliffs draw closer. The ground becomes firmer beneath Razor's feet. The wind grows warmer as you approach the high cliffs. The sunlight catches on the rocks, making them glow faintly. Overhead, the young Lugia calls down softly, I see a cliff path ahead. It looks safe, but steep. He circles lower, ready to guide you. Your whole group is ready. Your whole group is alive. Your whole group is moving with you. Not because they were programmed, but because they chose you. Oh my gosh. Guys, give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says, I noticed the cliffs and see how steep they are. I said, hold on, everyone. I don't want anyone getting hurt. Maybe the fans can hear me from here, and maybe so we don't have to risk anything or anyone. Maybe he'll come talk to us down here. And after saying this, I just say a bit louder, hello? Is the fence that lives around here nearby? None of us are here to hurt you. I just want to talk to you. The moment your tiny Condor's voice rises toward the cliffs, something in the air changes. Not violently, not dangerously, just attentively, like the world itself is listening, and every creature around you reacts in a real, natural way. No robot behavior, no artificial cues, just instinct and emotion. Razor responds first, real, grounded, and protective. As soon as you say, hold on everyone, I don't want anyone getting hurt. Maybe the fence can hear me from here. Razor slows his steps immediately. Not because he's switching modes, but because he's a living creature who heard concern in your voice. He plants his feet firmly in the sand. There's still sand here? Lowering his head just a little to keep you steady, and glances up at you with that warm, protective eye. I'll stay still. You're safe. The young Lugia reacts, respectful and quiet. Overhead, the Lugia stops circling. His wings tilt, catching the air in a silent glide as he hovers above the cliffs. He doesn't flap hard. He doesn't stir up wind. He stays gentle, because he knows you're tiny and he doesn't want to disturb anyone. I will listen from above. His voice drifts down slowly. The fans may hear you. Your team reacts naturally. Turtle stops bouncing and stands still, ears perked. Connor places a hand on Razor's leg, steady and alert. Ferreger rumbles low, a warning to the cliffs that he's watching, but not threatening. Oh, that seems like a threat more than anything. Ferreger rumbles low, a warning to the cliffs that he is watching. Does that not sound like something that sounds like a threat? It's like, I'm watching you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Brachiosaurus folds her long neck, humming softly as if to say, we're here. We're peaceful. Every creature is alive. Every creature is listening. Every creature is responding to you. Uh-oh. Your call echoes up the cliffs. Yep. When you raise your voice and say, hello? It's the fence that lives around here nearby. None of us are here to hurt you. I just want to talk to you. The sound travels beautifully. It bounces off the stone. It rises up the steep walls. It carries into the high, sunlit ledges above. For a moment, there is silence. Then, a faint shimmer of heat ripples across the cliffside. A warm breeze brushes your scales. The air brightens just slightly, like sunlight concentrating in one place. Razor lifts his head a little. Lugia's wings pause mid-glide. Your whole group senses it. Something heard you. Something gentle. Something ancient. And something fiery. And then a soft, metallic voice drifts down from above, warm, cautious, and curious. Oh no, little one, I hear you. The cliffs glow faintly with golden light. Why do you seek me? With such kindness. The fence is near, he is listening, and he is coming. Oh heck no. That could be anything. Oh, he don't seem like he's trying to be a threat. Like that going, that'd be kinda scary if he was. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. I just hear the fence. Of course, now the phone goes off, and I just calmly say, I just came to ask you a question.
I'm going around asking different creatures I really care about if they want to help me as a staff member around a new robot factory I am going to be opening soon. I was wondering if you would want to help me as a second aerial security guard along with the Lugia that is with me. The cliffs go. Oh my gosh! What the frick is the timing of this? Okay, guys, not everything is settled and calm. I want to try this again. The cliffs go quiet when you speak. Not in a scary way, in a listening way. Your voice rises gently. Yep. Asking to ask you a question. I'm asking creatures I care about if they want to help me at a new robot factory. I was wondering if you'd want to help me as a second aerial security guard along with the Lugia with me. And the reaction from the cliff is immediate. Is the cliff talking to me or a phoenix? Is the phoenix the cliff? The phoenix's presence grows warmer. A soft glow spreads across the stone. Not, wait, is he legit the flippin'? Not blinding, not fiery, just a warm golden shimmer like sunlight gathering in one place. The air around you warms, but not painfully. It feels like stepping near a campfire on a cold morning. Razor lifts his head slightly, instinctively protective, but not alarmed. His eye stays calm. He trusts you, and he trusts your judgment. Young Lugia hovers above, wings steady, watching with gentle curiosity. Your whole group is still, respectful, and listening. The fan speaks with and it's warm, curious, and gentle. The voice that drifts down is metallic, ancient, and surprisingly soft. A factory, and you wish for me to help protect it? The golden light intensifies slightly, and a silhouette forms on the highest ledge, tall, elegant, with wings folded like molten gold. You came all this way, not to capture me, not to command me, but to ask me? There's no anger, no suspicion, just a deep, warm curiosity. And you already have a Lugia with you, yet you still wish for my help. The fan steps closer to the edge, still high above but now clearly visible. His feathers glow like embers, but the heat never harms you. He tilts his head, studying your tiny contours form on Razor's snout. Little one, why do you want me for such an important role? Not rejecting you, not refusing. He's asking because he wants to understand your heart, and because your kindness reached him. Alright. Alright, guys. It's just when I hear the Fancy's question, I answer honestly and just tell him, because I think it would be good to have extra security to help watch over the building. The more security I have, the better. All these creatures you see around me are creatures that I really love and care about, and are willing to help me because I care about them so much. Fancies are one of my favorite mythical creatures, along with dragons, and that's why I really want you to work there with me as well. Unlike humans, I'll treat you with love and respect, just like you deserve, and honestly, you'll get to relax and enjoy yourself instead of just having to work all the time. In fact, when I get done searching for staff, I told everyone they will all get to make their own little robot, and just like everyone else, if you want to join me and make your own, I don't mind. The fans listen to every word you say, not with suspicion, not with pride, with quiet, growing warmth. Your honesty reaches them in a way almost nothing else could. Oh, the fan steps closer to the edge. The golden silhouette shifts. A warm breeze rolls down the cliffside, gentle, not scorching like the fans is exhaling softly. The light around them brightens, not in a blinding way, like embers glowing when stirred by a careful hand. Now see, when you say, I think it'd be good to have extra security, all creatures are ones I love and care about. Wait, yep. The fence goes completely still, not frozen, not tense, just listening with his whole heart. The fence's voice softens, deeply and gently. You. care for them. His voice is warm, like sunlight through feathers, and they follow you because you love them, not because you command them. He steps closer to the cliff's edge, and now you can see him clearly. Feathers glowing like molten gold, eyes bright and ancient, wings folded with regal calm, and heat radiating gently, never harming. He tilts his head, studying you, tiny, sincere, and perched on Razor's snout. You speak of protection, not dominance. A soft pulse of heat ripples outward, not threatening, but emotional. And you speak of me as something you cherish, not something you fear. The fence looks at your team. He sees Razor, steady and protective. To it all, excited but respectful. Krana, alert and loyal. Fragir, powerful and calm. The Bronchiosaurus, gentle and towering. And the young Lugia, circling above with quiet pride. The fan's eyes soften. They are real, alive, and they love you. He spreads his wings slightly, a gesture of respect, not dominance, and you offer me, not servitude, but a place among those you hold dear. The fans, oh, come on. The fans makes his decision. He steps off the ledge, not in a dive, but in a burst of fire. He glides, graceful, silent, and warm. He lands a short distance from Razor, folding his wings with slow, deliberate care so he doesn't startle anyone. The heat around him is gentle, like a warm blanket, not a flame. He bows his head to you. Oh, that's. If only it didn't do that mobile log, I'd be into this. Little one, I accept. A soft glow pulses from his chest. I will be your second aerial guardian. I will watch your skies, protect your home, and stand beside the Lugia you cherish. He lifts his head, his eyes bright with a rare ancient pride, and when the time comes, I'd like to build a robot as well. That's actually very sweet. He pauses, then softly says, Thank you for choosing me. I love that. Now, all we have to do is get the dragon. If that dragon joins us, we are perfect. Although, I don't know if I could be able to I'll try to get done this episode, but my main goal is to at least head to where he is and maybe see if I can get to the point before I speak to him. If I can get him, I would be great, but I don't know. The stinking Mo bullcrap drove me insane. I know there's gonna be robots eventually in this where the flipping acts are gonna have modes and all that stuff, but any of those creatures are not robots. So it's like, give me a moment. Alright, guys. I just smiled at the fans and then bowed my tiny head back at them and said, Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you want to travel with us, there's only one more staff member that I'm looking for. It's a mythical dragon the Lugia God told me about. Once we go talk to him, we're gonna head back to the actual factory, and if everybody wants to make the robot right then, they can. Razor feels your tiny bow, and he lowers his head just a little in a natural, respectful echo of your gesture. The Phoenix watches you with a warmth that isn't fiery or overwhelming, just gentle, like sunlight settling on your scales. And when you speak, yep, the Phoenix's entire posture changes. Not dramatically, not with a burst of flame, but with a quiet, ancient interest. The Phoenix steps closer, calm, warm, and respectful. He folds his wings neatly against his sides and walks towards your group with slow, deliberate steps. The heat around him stays gentle, never rising enough to bother Razor or the others. When he reaches a comfortable distance, he lowers his head slowly towards you, an acknowledgement, a greeting, and a promise. A dragon. His voice is soft, metallic, and curious. Yes, I know of the one the Lugia god speaks of. He glances upward at the young Lugia circling above, then back to you. He is powerful, but misunderstood, and he will listen to you. There is no doubt in his tone, no hesitation, just certainty. The young Lugia lands nearby. He touches down gently, folding his wings so the wind doesn't disturb anyone. His eyes glow softly as he looks at you. I'll fly above you and guide you to him when you are ready. He glances at the fence with a quiet, respectful nod. And I will help keep everyone safe. Oh wait, the Lugia. I will keep everyone safe. It's just confusing as he glances at the fence and with a quiet, respectful nod. Your team reacts. Yep. Toto squeaks it silently and hops on in a little circle. That's just cute. Colonel gives a firm nod, ready to move. Fragger rumbles low, protective and steady. And the Razor hums a soft, warm note. Her long neck swaying gently. Razor adjusts his stance beneath you, making sure you're perfectly balanced and comfortable. His eyes meet yours. Just tell me when to walk. Did it? The fence gives his answer. He lowers his head again, this time with a deeper warmth. I will travel with you, little one. A soft glow pulses from his feathers, and when your vile companion joins you, I will follow you all the way to your factory. His eyes brighten with a gentle pride, and I will build my own robot, besides the others you cherish. He sets into formation with the group, on Razor's left side, opposite Crocodile, careful, respectful, and ready. Everyone is ready, everyone is with you, everyone is waiting for your lead. Alright, guys, give me a moment. Alright, guys, I just nod my tiny head and smile and say, the dragon's misunderstood. Can you tell me more about him? He's not going to try maybe attacking us the very second we get to where he is in the forest, right? Razor feels you tense just a little when you ask that question, and he instinctively slows his steps, lowering his head just a bit so you feel steadier and safer on his snout. The fence tilts his head towards you, feathers going softly, and the young Lugia circles lower, listening closely. None of them interrupt you. They all want to hear the answer, too. The fan speaks first, calm and honest and reassuring. The fan steps a little closer, his warmth gentle and steady. His voice is soft, metallic, and completely sincere. No, little one, he will not attack you the moment you arrive. He shakes his head slowly, embers drifting harmlessly from his feathers. He is not cruel. He is not mindless. He is not a monster. Fan's eyes soften. He is misunderstood. What the dragon? He folds his wings neatly and continues, speaking with the quiet authority of someone who has known the dragon for a long time. The dragon is ancient, and powerful, and proud, but he is also lonely, and tired of being feared, and tired of being treated like a beast. A warm breeze rolls down the cliffside as he speaks. He tests those who approach him, not to harm them, but to see their hearts. He looks at you, and you, with your kindness, your honesty, your love for these creatures. His feathers glow brighter. You will pass his tests without even realizing they were tests. The young Lugia adds, his voice gentle and curtly. The Lugia lands beside the phoenix, folding his wings carefully so he doesn't disturb anyone. He will not strike first. His voice is soft and steady. He only reacts when he's treated like a monster. He glances up at you with warm, glowing eyes. And you treat every creature like they matter. A small smile touches his voice. He will not attack you. Razor reacts, protective but calm. Razor snorts softly, not in fear but in a grounded, confident way. He shifts his stance beneath you, making sure you're perfectly balanced, and his eyes meet yours with a message that needs no words. If anything happens, I'll protect you. But he isn't tense. He isn't worried. He trusts what the fans and Lugia are saying. The fans finishes with a gentle truth. He lowers his head slightly towards you, respectful and warm. The dragon will not harm you, because you are not like the others who sought him. A soft glow pulses from his feathers. You approach with love, not greed, not dogs barking, not fear, and not arrogance. He lifts his head again, and the dog is being rude as frick. His eyes bright, and he will see that. Oh, great. Why did that work with the text by mistake? Let's see. Not fear, not arrogance, and he will see that. Okay. I'm trying to debate what to do here. The thing is, it's only been that one mode problem that's driven me insane. I'm debating whether I should continue this one or quit and like come back a bit later. Maybe I'll do at least one more. I just want to see what happens. Alright, guys. It says I'd never heard a dragon. Dragons are one of my most favorite mythical creatures besides fancies like you. Let's get to the let's go to the forest where he is. But I want to ask you real quickly. How does he test creatures or humans? Is it one consistent test, or does he do a different test at random whenever somebody comes in there? Razor hears the worry in your voice and instinctively slows down, lowering his head just a little so you will feel even safer on his snout. The fans and Lugia both turn their attention fully to you, not interrupting, not correcting, just listening with real living awareness. And when you say, I would never heard Dran, never how to test creatures, must have. The fans' feathers glow with a warm, thoughtful calm. The fans explains, calm, honest, and protective. He steps closer, his warmth gentle and steady, and speaks in that soft, ancient voice. He does not have one single test, nor does he choose at random. He pauses, letting the warm breeze settle around your group. He tests based on the heart of the one who approaches him. His eyes soften. He sees what lies inside a creature, and he responds to that. What this means, the Dragon's Tester. Wait. The Dragon's Tester personal. The fans continues, feathers shimmering like embers, if someone approaches him with greed. He tests their greed. If they approach with fear, he tests their courage. If they approach with cruelty, he tests their intent. He tilts his head towards you, studying the tiny contours form with gentle certainty, and if someone approaches him with love, respect, and with kindness, a warm, a warm pulse of light radiates from his chest. He does not test them harshly at all. The young Louis adds, his voice soft and sure. The Loogie lands lightly beside the fence, holding his wings so he doesn't disturb anyone. He senses hearts, the way I sensed yours. He looks at you with warm, glowing eyes. You will not face danger from him. Razor reacts, real, protective, and calm. Razor snorts softly, not in fear, but in a grounded, confident way. He shifts his stance beneath you, making sure you're perfectly balanced, and his eyes meet yours with a massive message that feels almost spoken. I'll protect you, but I don't think I'll need to. The phoenix finishes with a gentle truth. He lowers his head slightly towards you, respectful and warm. The dragon does not attack without reason. He does not strike first. He does not harm the innocent. His feathers glow brighter. He only tests what is already inside the one who approaches him. He lifts his head again, eyes warm and certain. And you, little one, carry nothing in your heart that he would ever need to fear. Okay, so that's a good sign of it. He won't flippin' hurt me or attack me or anything. The view's about to reach an hour. Oh, frick me. Alright, guys. I just nod my tiny head and say, okay. Honestly, I'd love to meet him. He wouldn't have to worry about anything from me. I wouldn't dream of hurting him. Dragons are honestly amazing, just like all of you that are around me and wanting to help me. I wouldn't have chosen any of you as staff if I didn't care about any of you. Razor hears the softness in your voice and lowers his head just a little more, giving you the most stable, gentle place to rest on his snout. The Fancy and Lugia both turn their attention fully towards you, not because they're worried, because what you just said matters to them. And when you say, I would never hurt a dragon, dragons are amazing, just like I love you, I wouldn't have chosen any of you for staff if I didn't care about you. Something changes in the group, not dramatically, not loudly, but deeply. The Fancy's reaction is warm, emotional, and respectful. The fan steps closer, feathers glowing with a soft golden warmth that feels like sunlight on your scales. His voice is gentle, almost touched. You speak of dragons, and of us, with such love. He lowers his head slightly, a gesture of respect from a creature who rarely bows to anyone. No wonder the Lugia god guided you. Your heart is pure, and your intentions are true. A warm breeze rolls off his wings, comforting rather than hot. The young Lugia responds, soft, proud, and protective. The Lugia lands beside Razor, folding his wings carefully so he doesn't disturb you. His voice is quiet and full of emotion. You chose us because you care, not because you need power. He looks at you with gentle, glowing eyes. That's why we follow you. Razor reacts, real, grounded, and devoted. Razor gives a soft, rumbling exhale, not a growl, not a warning, just a warm, living sound. He shifts his stance beneath you, making sure you're perfectly balanced, and his eyes meet yours with a message that feels almost spoken. We're with you because we want to be. He takes a slow, careful step forward, ready to move whenever you say so. For Algier, Chronolog, Todal, and the Bronchiosaurus respond naturally. Yep. Todal squeaks happily and hops in place. Chronolog nods firmly, pride in his eyes. Ferragia rumbles low, a protective, approving sound, and the Bronchiosaurus hums softly, her long neck swaying in a gentle arc. Every one of them reacts like a real creature who understands your heart. The Fiend speaks again about the dragon. He steps beside a razor, walking with the group now. His hair is going softly. When you meet the dragon, he will feel the same sincerity. He looks at you with warm, ancient eyes, and he will not test you harshly, because you carry no malice, no greed, and no cruelty. A soft pulse of heat radiates from him. You will not need to fear him. The group is ready to travel. Razor waits for your signal. The fan stands beside him. The Lugia rises into the air again, ready to guide you. Your whole team is gathered, alive, loyal, and calm. Whenever you're ready, you can choose something. Yep. Alright, guys. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I didn't do an action this time, but I just, since it reads out what I said, so I'll just read it on the story itself. The Razor feels your excitement the moment you say, okay, I'm ready to go meet him then. Let's go to the forest together. His whole body shifts into a smooth, steady walk. Not fast, not jarring, just the perfect pace to keep you safe and comfortable on his snout. His eye glances up at you with a warm, confident look. I'll take you later. And the rest of your team falls into formation around you like a real living family. The group begins moving toward the dragon's forest. Razor walks at a careful, even pace, making sure you stay perfectly balanced. His steps are steady, protective, and full of purpose. The Fence moves beside Razor, feathers going softly, heat gentle and warm. He walks with pride, not arrogance, but the calm dignity of a creature who has chosen to follow you. The young Lugia takes to the air again, gliding low enough to stay close but high enough to scout ahead. His wings move in smooth, natural arcs, never disturbing the group below. Toadol, Crocodile, and Fragger walk in a loose triangle around Razor, acting like ground support. Toadol chirps excitedly, Crocodile stays alert, and Fragger rumbles quietly, protective and calm. The Brachiosaurus moves at the back, her long neck swaying gently as she keeps pace with the group. Her presence is like a living mountain, steady, reassuring, and peaceful. The forest ahead. As you approach the tree line, the air changes. The wind becomes cooler, the shadows deepen, the scent of moss and earth grows stronger. The trees stand tall and ancient, like guardians of something powerful. The young Lugia circles once overhead and calls down softly, "This is the forest where the dragon lives." The Phoenix nods, his feathers glowing brighter in the dim light. "He will feel us enter, but he will not strike first." Razor slows just a little, giving you time to look around, to breathe, and to prepare. He waits for your signal, not because he needs orders, but because he respects you. Your words are echo in the group. Wait. Yep, when he said, I wouldn't, I would never hurt a dragon. I care about all of you, and I wouldn't have chosen you if I didn't care. Every creature already felt it. And now as you enter the dragon's forest, that sincerity surrounds you like a shield. The Phoenix walks closer to Razor and speaks softly. When he senses your heart, he will not test you harshly. The Lugia glides lower, his voice gentle. He will listen to you. Razor takes one more careful step forward. The forest grows quiet. Something powerful is watching. Something ancient. Something misunderstood. And you're ready to meet him. Oh no. See, here's the thing I'm worried about. Do I call out to him? Or what? Well, part of me, here's the thing. Part of me does want to go in and stop the video before it gets any later. But then here's the thing as well. It would be so good if I could actually go ahead and get the dragon to like. You know what? I might do it in a second video. Frick it.